Hello. Hi. Welcome, welcome. Wait, I'm still wearing my earbuds. Hold on. Let me switch to my headphones. 1 second. There we are. Sorry, I didn't realize I was still wearing them. Hi, Goldie. Welcome on in. I am a filthy procrastinator. I had this in my to-do list. So on Discord, I have a private channel, and it's basically Ordi's to-do list. And when I started streaming, I was like, on this to-do list, I should make some emotes. So if you look at the date over there, that is January of this year. It is almost a full year, and I have not gotten around to making all of the emotes that I wanted. And I was like, I'll do it later. And it's been a year now. I only realized this the other day. So, yeah. I'm not beating the procrastination allegations. Been making other clients or stuff. True. I've also been playing a lot of Helldivers. It's my. What's it called? It's my way of winding down. So yeah, I would make literally everything else, but I'd forget the emotes. But yeah, anyway, I decided to get rid of. I decided to get it out of the way. I started making notes, which ones I want, how I'm gonna animate them. So yeah, let's see. Hopefully by the end of the year, we'll actually have some. It's a good plan. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, welcome on in, everyone. I was working on another model, started and finished it, and this one I'm done with the eyes. Done with. Oh, sorry, that's the eyes. Done with the mouth. I even threw in a few of like the V Bridger parameters, just as a freebie. Not all of them, but just, the most noticeable ones. You have the shrug one, can pucker your mouth, you know, and this one. It doesn't really work with the mouth open. I've never been able to do on the side and mouth open. But yeah, it'll look something like this. So you can be all a little smug and jaw open. So you can chew. The rest of the head will move later. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. Ooh, and not to mention the ears. So you see, I was productive. There's also this thing. I wonder what it looks like in practice. It looks like this. You see the mouth, the way it moves to the side, and the way like it squishes. Yeah, that one. Okay, what was the last thing I did? Hmm. Is it just me or did the ibex get darker? They did get darker, but not today. There was a time back when I was fixing the model. I actually made them larger and darker. But hi, Voids, welcome on in. Hi, Chumran, welcome on in. I'm trying to remember what I was doing with this one. We finished eyes, finished mouth, finished ears. I think eyebrows. I'm loving it so far. Well, thank you. This little flesh fang was a bit of a challenge, but I think I made it work. Eyebrows, that's the thing I haven't noticed that much for a lot of rigged models. How do these move? They're actually very simple. They go, hold on, this thing's in the way. They go up and down. You know what? Let me get rid of this thing. You know what? It's fine. No one needs to know of my crimes. By the way, for those who just joined us, this little thing on my forehead is on my to-do list. I wanted to make emotes, and it's been about a year. I'm still not done. So if you ever feel like you are procrastinating a lot, just remember there's a cat out there that I don't know hasn't done that one task in over a year, and I keep saying I'll do it later, I'll do it later. But yeah, this is the eyebrows. Like they go up and down. It's really hard to make one go up and the other go down. I actually don't know if it's possible. Automatically tied to the face. No, it actually tracks your eyebrows. So if you make like a surprise face like this, and you make your eyebrows go up, your model should go up. And if you like pretend like you're thinking, when you're in an exam and like the teacher is like looking at you and you're pretending you weren't cheating, you go like, yes, this question. If you make that face, yeah, it starts scrunching up. Eyebrows are kind of stuck together, so I don't know how I'll track that. Oh, it just tracks like the shape of your face. So I wouldn't worry about it. All right, these things. Sorry, if I get rid of like all the other acids, I get rid of these guys. I have to just bring them back. Jesse tracks the eyes and the mouth. Well, it's kind of hard to only move one. Like for example, see, mouth is not moving, or eyebrows aren't moving. Hi, Kay. Welcome on in. We're working on Goldie's model. I think I've actually rigged most of the hard part. Mouth and eyes are usually the toughest part. So I'd say rigging wise, this model is about halfway done. Total work, about 3/4 finished. So yeah, we're almost there. That is so fast, yeah. Also, earlier today, I realized past Ordikai sucks. Let me show you guys. Where is this thing? So I was looking at my older notes. I wanted to double check how to do. What is it? I think V Bridger for like the mouth. So I was looking at my notes, and at the very bottom, there is this thing. At the very bottom of the page, it says, remember to add parameters to, and then it just cuts off what parameters and to where. I don't know. I wrote this. I have no idea what I was talking about. So yeah, I hate past Ordikai. He always leaves these very cryptic and these very gentle and cryptic reminders, because it's like, oh, remember to do the thing, and then later when I see the notes, I'm like, what the hell was I talking about? What's the thing? You know. That is my struggle, and I've been doing that for years. I hate that guy. So you know what the parameters or where it's gonna go? Well, you see, the thing is, I've finished it. Like I'm done with that part. I just don't know what I was talking about. I'm like, what parameters? Maybe I did it and just don't remember. How do you say this? Like for example, it's like, hey, don't forget to do step B. I may have done step B, but I forgot like that's what the note was about. But anyway, it seems to be working. Because if you look at the mouth, you can shrug, pucker. I've never been able to make it wider. Cases, can I ask for advice? Sure. While you type that out, pucker is mostly for this. If you can make like a little pog face. So you know what the parameters are. I'm pretty sure it's one of these ones. Maybe it's like a note that says, "Hey, connect this one and that one," so you don't like for example, which one was it? Wasn't pucker? Yeah, shrug. Like for example, over here, this one. How do you say this? You want the mouth to shrug and look upwards like that, but you don't want it to do this when the mouth is open because then it gets wonky. So yeah, maybe this was what the reminder was trying to tell me. Thanks for the head pats. Did it not work? Or did I just not notice it? Hold on. No, it works. So I'm just checking. What could I give BF for Christmas? Is long distance? I'm not sure. Since we exchange song covers. Okay, you know what I like to do whenever anyone needs a gift? Or like there's an occasion, I always just text them. I'm like, hey, I got you a gift. The gift is me. And I'm really glad that you appreciate our friendship. And I leave it at that. I'm not a gift giver. Okay, this is how it works for me. When it comes to the occasion for giving gifts, I usually don't, unless I happen to find something that is perfect for that one person. I don't give generic gifts. It's either, how do you say this, super specific, super nice, right? Hits everything, inside joke, very personal, yada yada yada, right? Or nothing at all. And if there's nothing at all, I'll just say the gift is me. A McDonald's Happy Meal? Yeah, if you've not been together long, maybe. I know I would be happy if someone got me a McDonald's Happy Meal. Should I open a throne just for that one reason? The gift is me, alright, bet. No to give my BF for Christmas. See, now you're getting it. Oh, and hi, Maxine. 50 Happy Meals show up on Ordi's doorstep. Honestly, I would not complain. My one concern is will I be able to eat them all before they go bad? Hello, Ordi. How you? I am doing great. Super productive. I feel like I was just in the zone, when it came to doing work. I was a little bit worried, a little bit swamped, but since I canceled stream last time, I was super productive. I managed to complete a mascot model, and I basically finished all of the tough parts for this one. So we're done with the eyes, right? Can smile too. He has the crazy eyes. Or, a little cutesy one. Finish the mouth. Sorry, that's not the mouth. Finish the mouth so it can be happy or sad, you know? Yeah. Ooh, and also the ears. By the way, if anyone has ever tried commissioning, at least with my new forms, it always asks for like one of the add ons is complex animal ears. The reason being is this one ear has three layers and one, two, three, four, five, six, seven different parameters for the physics. For context, this little sheep that you see in the bottom corner only has two. So, yeah, it's a lot of extra work. McDonald's can stay in shape for eternity. Well, I don't want things growing on it. That's my concern. How's the mouth movement like exactly? Is it just how I speak? Oh yeah, just talk normally and it'll be fine. Like if you want to make like expressions, yours will be very much like mine, all right? Because mine goes sideways. Like for example, if you're thinking, you're like, should I get that one? Or if you want, ow. Or if you want to be smug and go like, you know. Or if you make like the pog face, your mouth will open and automatically squish, so it goes, you know. This is normal open, something like that, and this is with like the pucker. So yeah, tracks my mouth movements. Yeah, it does take a bit of practice to like, how would you say this? It takes a bit of practice to truly get used to it. You have to think of a model, kind of like piloting a rig. You have to be very expressive. Like a lot of the times, you will see super nice models, but they look stiff. But if you pay very close attention, maybe like a rigger, you know these things, they're not used to their full potential, right? Actually, on the setup guide, I actually have like a little guide at the bottom, some advice, and yeah, it talks about like how to like exaggerate the movements. Like for example, if I were to be the way I normally am, my model would just be like this every single time. At most, you'll just see slight movement to the side, like that. Even then, that's not so much because I usually look with my eyeballs, not my head. So the whole time, my model will just be like this. But instead, I'm like, I move around, I bounce, my eyes go wide. You have to over exaggerate the emotion. Exactly. There's a way to make it a little more sensitive, like mine is. So that's why sometimes you'll see my eyes go like wide, even though I don't actually am surprised. But yeah, how much over exaggeration? Pretend you're in a stage play. Pretend, okay, if you want to know how it is, imagine someone, mm, imagine you're mocking one of your friends. They say something dumb and you go like, oh my God, really? Like in with sarcasm. If your expressions are like that, you're all good. It doesn't have to be too crazy. You don't have to make it like go maximum. You don't have to always go like, you know. But yeah. Wait, talking about the setup guide, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Plus, it can be tuned. Oh, yeah. Like, my eyebrows are like, these ones are like super sensitive because, I have resting bitch face. For lack of a better term, I'm not very expressive. Yeah. So I made the eyebrows like crazy sensitive and seems to be working. Where is this thing? Hold on, I'm looking for my setup guide. Yeah, the setup guide just shows you how to load in the model, how to tweak the settings. I made it because sometimes someone who commissions me for a model has never used like live 3D. Most people wouldn't find any, how do you say this? Wouldn't find any use with it if they're already like a streamer. But yeah, this is the one. Feels like Ordi's teaching something. I don't know. I'm mostly just explaining the behind the scenes stuff. So yeah, this is one of the last pages in the setup guide. So yeah, it's like you can't just sit there blank stare like this and expect the model to look cool. Even the best model will look dead and flat if you're not like, moving around. So yeah, and then this one I think is just some links to, some guides, the ones I thought were useful. I don't touch it that often, so forget most of it. Honestly, these things you just do like once and that's it. So yeah, that's everyone's a lesson for the day. If you have a YouTube, sorry, VTuber model, then yeah, always be sure to, if you want to be one of those like very energetic people, right? Yeah, it takes a bit of practice. Think of it like what are those things called? Pacific Rim, the Jaegers, right? You have to think of yourself as piloting one of those. Sure, it'll mimic your movements somehow, but yeah. Just make sure to back up the changes, yeah. The way that I said it, so it's rigged to my face, and I kind of have like a smallish eyes. So for me, normal, if I just send the model like that to someone, they might just load it in and it'll start like squinting. So yeah, that's why like the setup guide has like, hey, this is where the thing is. Try to set it like this. Except that using a VTuber model doesn't require two or more pilots. It could. What if we have a Cerberus style model, a ton of mods, and yeah, it could be like a. If you guys are familiar with Fuamoko, it's like two of them, two separate models, but like one stream. It could be like that, except all in one single model. A Balza Hydra, exactly, yeah. So you could be like if you have a twin in your joint at the hip, well, your model could be two. I actually don't know how I'm gonna do that. One could control the TTS. I feel like that's cheating. Because in theory, one person could like track the face like this, and another one could track like with the mouse, like you see the little mascots. It's also Beetle, the AI controls the girl, and the developer controls the turtle. True, but with Neuro, I think it's some software that just feeds it the movement data. So instead of using someone's face, it uses, I think, just like random motions. I was curious about how it worked, so I did like look into it a little bit. Those are just two separate models, yeah. But imagine if you honestly, okay, one model is like, for example, say my model is just 50 layers all sat upon each other. What you could do is you could have like the model like this. Imagine you have mine, and then you just rig it fully like this, and maybe you remove the head and just layer it on top of a second model, you know? So it looks like one piece, but is actually two of them. This could work. So basically, the way it'll work, hold on, I need to start sketching this. Hold on, we're in conspiracy theorist mode. We are scribbling on the walls. This is how we're going to make it work. So, the problem, right? It's very easy to have two models, right? It's very easy to do this, but how do you get two heads? Oh, wait, sorry, I didn't change it. But how do you get two heads on one model? Like, VBridger only tracks like one set of eyes, one set of mouths, etc. So, here's what we could do. We could make a Hydra model. So imagine this is the body of the Hydra, And then we make three separate models for the head. So this is one model, this is another model, and this is another model. What we can do is we load these three models the way, for example, like when people have guests on and you see multiple models on screen, we load each of them as an individual and then we just put them behind this thing. And now you have a quote unquote model with three heads. It can be done and it's not too hard. It's, yeah, honestly, it's not too crazy. It can be done, yeah. Collab streams will be Ordi and feathers, very smoothie instead of a teacup. Honestly, see my teacup? It doesn't move. It's basically a PNG. I can literally just put whatever I want in there. Like, for example, making the Halloween outfit. Let me toggle it on. I don't have a button. It's the Halloween one. Yeah, like this one is literally just the teacup. You'll see the lip is the same. I can change the cup to literally anything. Like you see, it doesn't bounce, it doesn't jiggle. Wait, should I do it? Maxine, do you have a picture of the featherberry teacup? Oh, the featherberry smoothie. And everyone shush, don't tell him. I'll make it. And I just will never use it until the next time I collab. And yeah. He asked about Overcooked. I was like, I'm a little busy, but maybe in the future. So, when that happens, I don't sadly last Cloud. Wonderful. Gonna lurk, watch Hobbit, continue writing. Well, thanks for stopping by, and see you next time. Bye bye. Some people actually I don't know what some people mean when they say lurk. Some people, uh, they mean, hey, I'm listening to the stream, but I'm just not gonna be chatting because I'm like doing something else, right? Other times, lurking is like, hey, the stream is on, but I have left my computer. I don't have headphones. It says that I'm in, but I'm here in body, but not in spirit. So yeah, whenever I say lurk, I usually mean like I'm just listening in. I leave my phone with the stream on and sporadically throw a brick at the ow. Okay. Well, thanks for the lurk. It helps the stream. Yeah, I get that sweet 0.05 cents of ad revenue per stream. I was looking at the analytics out of like curiosity. I did notice one day I got like a full dollar from like ad revenue, and I was like, how did that happen? I looked at the viewer numbers and stuff. It wasn't like there wasn't anything different, right? Everything was, for all intents and purposes, the exact same. It's just like the ad revenue skyrocketed. And I was like, I wonder if this is when. Hmm. No, sorry, that's YouTube. Did Twitch ever do something where they try to like get rid of an ad blocker? Ori, can I ask your opinion on a system? If you mean magic system, the answer will always be yes. And if I say no, you're welcome to come to my house and beat me with a brick. Please, Twitch, I need this. My cat is kind of homeless. I live in a teacup. Twitch has battled ad blockers as well. Yeah, I think they've like kind of combated that as well. So I wonder if that was the reason. But yeah, by the way, my revenue from Twitch is basically zero. I don't market things like that. I make all my income from art commissions. So yeah, no need to support the stream and all of that stuff. Twitch does ask you to not to use an ad blocker, but don't really do much about it. I don't know. I'm not sure. It was just a very random thing. Or maybe that day the stream was just populated with people who don't have ad blocker. Yeah, I got a full dollar. I could buy. What can I get for a dollar? Well, there are these nice pancakes for like about a pound. That's what I'm gonna spend it on. They still force ads during the stream unless you have a VPN or proxy. Understandable. You know what I love? The entire internet goes down when two companies go down. Even some Minecraft authentication servers don't work. That is crazy. You know what we need? To go outside. What if we just all become Amish? How would that work? Oh, whoops. Badly? Yeah. I feel like one of my retirement projects that I want to do is basically have like a, you know how like some people have like a cabin in the woods or whatever, you know, little hunting cabin or maybe vacation home. What I want my retirement plan to be is to build something like that that is 100% self-sustaining, right? And I want to basically not need any sort of grid. So yeah. Now, do you need that thing? No way. Would it be nice and a fun project to build? Probably. So yeah. Live about half an hour from one of the communities. They do have a nice restaurant though. They like to run people off the road. Well, in my home country, everyone does that, whether they are walking, on bicycles, and cars. So yeah. Too many companies rely on Amazon, AWS, and Cloudflare. So when they have a problem, everyone has a problem. Yeah. It's a bummer, but what are we going to do about it? We were supposed to do the eyebrows ages ago. I've never seen an Amish community. Do they have them in the UK? Or is that just like an American thing? Amish community, UK. There is no traditional Amish community in the UK. However, there are communities like something, a similar Christian, something movement with some Amish like experiences. Okay, so the Amish are like a UK, sorry, US thing. Yeah, the first spelling is correct. Basically, they're those people who they don't believe in using technology. If you went back in time, if one of them was sent back in time to like the what 1800s, 16th century, something like that, they probably wouldn't notice a difference. They can use tech, but they can't own tech. Oh, I thought like they just couldn't use it at all. Feel like a Far Cry 5 message. Was like a Far Cry message? Or you check your DMs? Okay, thank you. Yeah, I can just like scoop off the top and just replace my cup with this. I'll keep it as a surprise. So they use modern tools for building furniture, but someone else owns the tools. Curious. It's a loophole they started to use. Yeah, I can imagine. I told Cloud to keep it a surprise. But even with the Amish people, it's kind of hard not to use tech these days. I don't know. Maybe they were on to something. Because at least they don't go throughout their day taking psychic damage from doom scrolling. But I don't think I could live without technology. Not to be that guy. I do like to disconnect when I can, but to completely remove ow. I'm unsure if the message sent about magic system. No, I don't think it did. You'll have to send it again. Yeah, I just checked. It didn't come through. For the didn't even post anyway, he's just gonna be confused on how you have it. Yeah. Back to lurking then. Well, you're always welcome to send your question later. Like some people hardly use real cash anymore, just debit cards. I actually don't like that. I prefer to use my card, but I always honestly you can just send it to me on what's it called? On Discord. Do we have a channel for that? We don't have a writing channel, but you can put in your artsy creations if you wanna. Yeah, feel free to do so. But yeah, I prefer to use a card, but I always like the option of them accepting cash because, like, say you go in, you swipe your card, doesn't work, and through some ill luck, you've forgotten your other ones at home, or maybe they don't work either, and you just have like some cash tucked away in your wallet. Yeah, you can just easily use that, and problem solved. Something I say is a Victorian child would have a stroke if you showed them TikTok for 5 minutes. I actually wouldn't be too sure. There was actually that one tribe. I think they were like what's the word? One of those tribes that were like very separate from a civilization. They had like no technology, and people, eventually reached out to them, talked to them, showed them the wonders of the modern world and stuff, and gave them like the internet and smartphones. And as you can expect, they immediately became addicted to all of it. It was like some documentary, and they're like the village elders were very upset with it. They're like, all these people don't want to do work anymore. They just want to sit and stare at their phones. The kind of nagging that I get from my mom growing up. I mean, she did have a point though. I feel like as I get older, I dislike using the internet as much. I don't know if I've changed or if the internet has changed, or maybe it's both. Hi, Akaza. I saw a video where a bow hunter went on one of those tribes with a compound bow to get their reaction to it. How did that go? Hi, Akaza. Both, yeah, probably. I feel like if I have children, they're not ow. They're not getting access to the internet for a very long time. Uh ow. What's with all the bricks? What have I done to you? But yeah, I was at the grocery store the other day, and there was just like this random child. I think they were like 3, 4 years old, like almost knee height, right? And they're basically annoying the mom, and they're basically hissing at the mom like some kind of Smeagol esque creature. They were just saying the words 6, 7 and like hissing it, like it's like they were a demon speaking Latin or something. And the mom is like, please stop saying that. They sounded so ow. They sounded so exhausted. And every time they would tell the child to stop, the child would just start cackling and do it again. I was like, ugh. I think in that exact moment, whatever doubts I had, I'm like, should they have the internet? Should they not? I'm like, nope, not getting it. They're very surprised at the power. I can imagine. So yeah, that was something I saw at the grocery store. And it's not even like, oh, they were, how would you say this? It's not like they were old enough to know that they're being annoying and like doing a bit or whatever. They were like really young. Kid has room temperature IQ, and I don't mean Fahrenheit. Exactly. The thing is, children are like sponges, you know. They will just absorb everything that they see, and the internet is full of brain rot. I mean, even if you're an adult, you're not immune to it. But I think like the older you get, the more you kind of solidify who you are. But I think all children are like that. If I ever figure out how to create children via mitosis, they're not getting access to the internet until they're in high school. You know what? Fair. The only phone they're getting are the key. Sorry, that's not English. What's the English word for a non-smartphone? You know, like the really old one. I know it in my home country's language, but I don't know it in English. Think like the very old Nokias, like the ones with buttons, uh, no camera. You can literally just dial and SMS. Bricks, yeah, they're getting a brick phone. That's it. They need to have dial-up internet. It'll build character. The suffering, you know. The Nokia 3310. Yeah, those types of phones. You know, the really dumb ones. We call them dumb phones now. I guess. But yeah, I think like that's the only phones they should have, and I'm confident that they will hate you for it. But hey, it's for their own good. I think like there's a lot of things that I didn't like. Then my parents had like rules and boundaries that they set. Growing up, I really didn't like them, but as I get older, I'm like, oh yeah, it makes complete sense why that was there. So yeah, yeah, handphones. I thought handphones was literally just any mobile phone. But yeah, you get what I mean. Those are the only ones. They can play Snake, SMS, and call. That's it. That's all they need. Okay, let me just clone this. Look, it's called a handphone at first. Yeah, the reason they're called handphones, is simply because you hold them in your hand. You can like carry them around. They're not like tied to the ground. Prefer feed phones. If you sell a phone case that is shaped like a foot, there will be people who buy it just for the sheer absurdity. Or I'm gonna be the fun but slightly irresponsible uncle. That's the way to go. New VTuber product merch coming soon. Honestly, yeah. If we ever need merch ideas, we do dumb shit like that. There's that one, that very popular Japanese singer. What's her name? Ado? ADO is the way it's spelled, right? Before they went like famous, they're like, oh, if I release merch, I'm gonna sell like frying pans. Right. Fast forward to the present day. Apparently, that's something you can get on the like merch store. I don't know if that was real, but I saw it as like a meme. I want that one charging cable that looks like an umbilical cord. Huh. Same but on. I'm gonna give my sister's kids buttloads of sugar, give them back to her, she will suffer. Caffeine pills will be your friend. Not crazy unhealthy, and easy to give them without anyone noticing. Give them that and give them you know the recorders, the annoying instrument. Yeah, give them one of each, right? And only do that if you want your sisters to hate you, but if they deserve it. So yeah. That's like Pandora's box. Once you open it, I don't think there is a way to close it again. My sister can't kill me, she can't find me. Yeah, you'll have to go into witness protection. They'll ask like who they'll ask what why, you know? Cuz yeah, you can't just like go in it for fun. At least I don't think so. Already Pandora's box did close. The point is, even though the box was closed, all of the horrors came out, and there's nothing you could do about it. It's too late. But hope remained. Is that like the moral of the story? I don't think I really remember the original tale. So like the VTubing, it's just another Pandora's box. That was the only thing left in the box. Oh, is that why we're all hopeless? It makes sense. More of hope can't escape. Hadn't escaped. But if it's in the box, wouldn't that mean like humanity can't use it? Was that not the point of the box? Box was created as a punishment for humanity. Pandora was created as a gift. Oh right, if I remember correctly, the box was given as a present, told, hey, do not open this, bad things will happen, right? Knowing that Pandora will open it because she's just built that way. So they can say, like, oh, she did this to humanity, not us. It's like the brow should be closer. Like the story of Echo and Narcissus. Is it pronounced Narcissus? It's where we get the word narcissism. I remember this fact. I don't think I know the original tales, but I think I remember. Hmm. I think I remember it from Percy Jackson, which is probably not like the best source. I should give the Percy Jackson books a reread. I think I got to like the Trials of Apollo and I kind of just stopped reading it. I don't think I like Trials of Apollo. It didn't have the same. He wasn't in Percy Jackson. He was in Heroes of Olympus. Oh yeah. Same in universe lore. Honestly, anything by the guy, what's his name, Rick Riordan. Anything by him in my mind is just Percy Jackson. Okay, we have a surprised fox. I enjoyed Trials of Bala. Maybe it got better, but I think I only read the halfway through the first book. A lot of versions of Greek mythology. What is the TLDR of the story of Echo? Because I think if I remember correctly, Narcissus, he basically fell in love with himself and was just stuck staring at like a reflection of him. If I remember correctly, something like that. That's all I remember. Nothing more. Narcissus drowned because he thought he was drowning and Echo could only repeat what they say. Oh, okay. He was encountered by Leo and Hazel. Well, that's like the storybooks. I was curious about like the original tale. Okay, back. Welcome back. We're basically done with the eyebrows, although they could be lower. Are they in front? Yeah, they're in front. Nose feeling a lot better. I don't know about steaming it, but I did see there's some people who pour like hot water in one nostril and it comes out the other. Apparently, you have to be very careful with that because that's a very good way of getting like bacteria way inside of your head. So you gotta always use like sterile water. Like you have to boil it, let it cool down, and then use it. You can't just like pour it from a tap. Good friend told me about that. Well, I do know like the steam from like a really hot shower. That always feels nice. I can say I haven't read the original story since I was in high school. Fair enough. Just sniff it like it's good food. Oh, boil water and then sniff it like it's good food. Oh, okay. Look, you can be horrified. Okay, what else? I think we can get started on the hair. We can get started on the hair. Should be two or three. Let's start with three. Already I have 18,960 spruce logs in my survival world that you have placed. Yeah, you're building that giant tree from Elden Ring. I think I saw pictures of it. Wait, sorry, I forgot one step. How? Hmm. Will brick be upon ye? Why is that a thing? Okay, this shouldn't move too much. For writing it down in Discord, I bet it was well time to write a cringeful fantasy. Oh wait, hold on. What skill issue? Oh, ads are done. Welcome back. Hold on. I'm reading the magic system. This is in our Discord under your artsy creations. Mm, this great grand curse placed upon humanity that just makes lives of people just worse. Like curse with blindness, being mute, emotionless. Okay. There are many ways people can have such hindrances, and also some come with blessings that counter those negatives. Okay. Mm, so far, I see the magic is named, and what some people who use the who use the magic do with it. Not really seeing much on how the magic itself works. I think, if I remember correctly, I think Brandon Sanderson has a video on magic systems because he does teach like a university classes on writing. Let's see if I can find it. Mm, I think this is the one. Yeah. If you're interested, because I actually watched I think that video or it was something similar. When I wanted to learn D&D, I wanted to host like the games for my friends, and yeah, it was super useful. The part of how it works is kind of hidden, is a hidden point in the story that the MC slowly uncovers. True, but because just because the MC doesn't know it, you should still know it. You know, if that makes sense. Like for example, I've been rereading the Stormlight Archives by Brandon Sanderson, and I think it's only in like the second or third book where they actually learn like how the magic system works vaguely. But if you're reading the beginnings where the first hints of magic start to show through, everything tracks. Like everything is working the way it obeys like the laws of magic that he had created, but the characters just don't know about it. But if you look back, having already finished the book and you know how everything works, you're like, this makes sense. This is happening because that thing, and yada, yada, yada. If you really want to see very, very unique magic systems, Brandon Sanderson's books. You can watch and refine the blueprint I have in mind. Exactly. I wouldn't stress too much about it. How's the hair physics gonna work? We'll have. Wait, sorry, I haven't finished this. Was it 15? Yeah, it was 15. The hair will basically just sway side to side. I think this is too slow. I'm using, wait, hold on. Let me use mine as reference. Yeah, it was like this. The front part of it. What do you mean front part of it? Like the hair. Do you mean like this piece? Because like this is it waving side to side, and then I have another one where it bounces up and down. You see, like mine. This is left and right, and then this is up and down. So yeah, basically that way. The front here. There's the back part of the hair. The back. Oh yeah, there is. Don't worry about it. There's wiggles. That should be fine. But yeah, it's basically the exact same thing for the front hair and the back hair. I will be done with your model in no time. The hair, rigging it is not difficult. At least not the way that I do it. Sorry, that was just a munching. I was wondering what that noise was. This is one of my cats. What was I saying again? That fast? Oh yeah, for me, the biggest struggle is doing the art of the model. Like for example, I'm like, I'll cut this hair, like this one, for example. This is the layer that's here. I've arranged it so that, oh, this one is covering here. It's shaped like this. This one is underneath. This one is between this one and that one, and it'll shake like this. So yeah, for me, I just need to plan. Like, how do I cut it up? How do I like shape it here? It takes like a lot of concentration to the point where I'm like, let me not do this on stream. I need to focus. I need to lock in, you know? But yeah, once it's ready, rigging it is like super fast. Isn't that bad to do? I know some people absolutely hate it and would like scream and cry and throw bricks at people because they hate doing the hair. Personally, I like it. I have my own ways, my own like techniques, and those ones are like super easy to implement. It does look like a lot of hair. Honestly, it's not too bad. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think. Yeah, we've already done like 3. So we're like halfway there. And then we just copy this half. We copy this half, put it here, and done. That's why I said like the most complex parts is just like the eyes and the mouth. Hi, Hot Shack. Welcome on in. We're working on Goldie's model. The shaking does look a bit strange when like the rest of the model doesn't move. But bear with me. I used to I used to make it move first and then add the physics. Then over time, I started doing the physics and then moving it. There's no right or wrong way to do it. It's just whatever order you want. Hi, welcome. Right, sorry, I was doing the physics for this one. Okay, then should be fine. Or do you want to see my friend's stupid dog? Always. Pet pictures? No need to ask. Hmm. No, I don't like them. This is fine. Post it in the pets channel. There's not a thought behind those eyes. Hold on. The people need to see this. He's so cute. He reminds me of my friend's dogs. They had a couple that looked just like this, and those ones loved me for some reason. Like every time like I'd enter their house, they would start like screaming and running and chasing after me. I don't know why. Like this was back when I was still like kind of afraid of dogs. So yeah, I think they would just always see me around because like I'd always visit this friend. I should give them a call. So I haven't talked to them in a while. I should ask them about their dog. Dogs, plural. This friend had like 10 of them. He has such a big forehead. I wonder why, if there's no thoughts there. Is this forehead kind of big? He is all skull, no brain. Yeah, it's just a thick bone all the way to the core. Okay, the hair seems fine. And there's this one, which might be tricky. Ooh, if I got a dog, my cats would never feel. It depends on which dog it is. If it's one of those like really small Chihuahua ones, I think Wally might like that because now he has someone to fight. Oh, Wally was in trouble today. He picked like two different fights in like the span of 30 minutes. My house cat. I put him in jail. I give him the vest of shame. Hold on, let me see if I can find this. You guys need to see my idiot son and his crimes. or at least the consequences of his crimes. Where is he? Yeah, here he is. Found the picture. This is Wally. As you can see, he's miserable. He picked two fights with the elderly. He went around, sees one of my housemates' cat, this old guy who's just like laying down on the sofa, and he decides to go and beat him for no reason. Twice, I might add. Once I could like shoo him away and be like, okay, cats being cats. But he did it a second time in the span of 30 minutes. Then I put on the vest of shame. You can see he's very unhappy about it. And yeah, he wasn't picking any fights after that. And he's so small, picking up with one hand, and he's helpless, can't do anything about it. Actually, Wally's like that. Some cats, if you pick them up, they will like fight you and all of that stuff. Wally, if you place one hand here and the other hand on the other side, don't pick him up. Don't use any force. Just like touch him like that as if you're about to pick him up. He just goes limp and just falls over. I think he's too used to like people picking him up. And as soon as he feels hands there, he's like, oh, they're going to pick me up. And he goes limp so you can carry him. But if you don't actually carry him, he just goes limp and falls over. That's why I made the comment either dog is moving out or Maxine is moving in because the dog loves me and I love the dog. That's so cute. I think in every Discord server that I'm in, the two channels I always check out is the art channel and the pet channel. Those are mandatory. Do you feel like cats love to bring home all kinds of diseases? My game home yesterday with disease wasn't fun. Yeah, cats are an invasive species. In a perfect world, they should all just be indoor cats, right? I know they love to go outside, but I don't think it's good. Like, for example, the only reason I allow Wally to go outside of the house is because I have no way of keeping him in. He, if he has access to the rest of the house, he can get out very easily. He'll jump out of someone's window. He'll use the cat door, which isn't locked from the inside going out. Maybe someone's cooking in the kitchen and they decide to open the balcony door, not the balcony, the backyard door, and he'll just like hop out. There is no realistic way that I can keep him inside unless I lock him in my room. And it's a bit of a small room. And he hates being inside it because I think he doesn't like being close to other cats. He gets a bit like anxious. Like with Julian, his mannerisms change. He's like on guard. He's not as relaxed and aloof. So yeah, if I had like my own place, I'd just make sure he has the entire house to roam and no way of getting out. Like the way I used to do when I lived in Malaysia. They'd basically just be indoor cats. That's the way like I would want it. It's safer for them. They don't bring in diseases. They don't get sick. They don't get into fights with their cats. You just have to make sure, they're entertained at home. You can't just lock them in and leave them be. Make sure they have lots of toys, windows to sit by. Maybe get a bird feeder, hang it outside. That kind of thing. So yeah, even though I let Wally outside, I'm a strong advocate of keeping cats indoors. So the proof of no brain. One time he got off my lap, started running away sprinting, literally nonstop spinning as he ran away, like in circles. I don't know why cats just can't be at home. They really they like to explore. You know how you say curiosity killed the cat and all that stuff? Cats just like to know everything. They like to sniff everything. They like to see what's behind here. And the world is a big place, and they want to see what's in it. Yeah, fully 360 circles as he ran, chasing his tail. So cute. I don't think he was chasing his tail. I think his brain just did full arrow 404, made him spin. That's adorable. I don't think I have the patience to have a dog because I think they're a lot more work compared to cats. For example, cats just sleep all day. You play with them 15 minutes a day. Make sure they have toys and things to explore and mess around with. But most of the time they're just asleep. I guess but dogs can listen to English. Cats can understand English too. They just don't care. Oh, the eyes move with the hair. Well, when I move this thing, it's supposed to be the entire head moving. I just haven't rigged it yet. So far, I've rigged the eyes. Oh, I need to do the eye physics. So yeah, I've rigged the eyes and I'm doing the hair physics. Yeah, the head movements and everything comes later. Because when I do this, imagine the head is moving like this. I just haven't rigged it yet. I don't know why doing that made me dizzy. Just when I look at my cat, just goes to the food packet and hugs it a lot, then goes to my legs, hugs around. And he's trying to tell you something. I love all animals. Like I want to Komodo dragon though. It would kill me, but I could have all the animals as a pet. Yeah, some of them are good to have as a pet, others as exhibits, for both you and the pet. Ori the cat translator. Honestly, yeah, they are not all cat meows are the same. This is kind of like people who have like babies, like babies just make like random babbling noise and then their parents just randomly go, "Oh, he's hungry," right? Or, "Oh, he just pooped himself." And they get that just from like the babbling. It's usually just, their brains being trained like child makes this random noise means they want that, right? So I think some of the distinct ones that I recognize from my cats is Wally has this very high pitched like meow. It sounds cute, like he's wants your attention and stuff, but that just means he's excited and about to beat the shit out of something. Usually my hand. Mm, Julian has one for I'm hungry. Another one for oh, here you are, I missed you. And another one is where are you? It's like confused, like where is everyone? I don't know where people are. So as soon as she makes that one, I make kissy noises. Immediately she goes quiet, and I see her trot into the room, and then she comes and sits on my lap. So yeah, if you own cats long enough, you will pick up on their mannerisms if you pay attention. Feed just a little bit since it's early in the morning. I don't really feed it too much. Yeah, oh, so long as you're following like the instructions on the bag, should be fine. Take my alligator on a walk. I don't think they enjoy walks too much. If I remember correctly, I don't know if this is alligators, but crocodiles as well. Maybe I'm just thinking crocodiles. They kind of just sit there and float until food walks by and then they eat it. So I don't know how active they really are. I know some crocodiles, they go like a full year without eating. Like that's how little energy they spend. I think in like the savannah, they're like some rivers. They kind of just like chill there, and they know like I think once a year or maybe twice a year, things like wildebeest, zebra, right? They just jump across the river. They need to like go to where there's fresh grass. I think they follow the rain, right? So they have to cross the river, and that's usually where the crocodiles get their annual meal. Anyway, welcome to my stream, everyone, where we do everything except art. So I forgot to check. Well, this one seems good. It's not perfect, but it'll do. If you could have like one animal as a pet, um, laws doesn't matter, and you can guarantee that the animal will like you and not maul you to death, what would it be? Could only pick one, only one. Personally, I think I'll go with cheetah because they're basically big cats. And not even big cats in like, oh, lions and tigers are big cats. Cheetahs, they don't roar, they meow, and they're very big. So it's like cat but large, so that I can like hug it and cuddle. That's what I want. Live or dead pet, uh, which I hope you would keep alive, like a responsible pet owner. An owl. That's actually not too crazy. I think you can own an owl. Can you? Owl as pet, legal. In the UK, it's legal to keep a captive bred owl, but not considered suitable pets in the traditional sense and require specialist knowledge, housing, and care. So you can own them. Hmm, I didn't know that. But yes, that's my answer. I'll take a cheetah. It's basically just a big cat. Even lions are cats. Yeah, I think the only difference that matters to me is lions don't purr and they don't meow. Cheetahs do, so that's why I'm going for them. I mean, can I choose something extinct like dinosaurs? Hey, why not? We all know that how that ends. We've all seen Jurassic Park. But yeah, assuming they won't want to eat you. My mind went to T Rex, but I'm just thinking, hey, it may not eat you, but it will chew up all of your finances. That thing is massive. It probably needs a lot of animal feed. The Moa bird. Hmm. Never heard of that one. It looks like a giant ostrich. Don't you already have them? Or are they only in like Australia? Does New Zealand have ostriches? There are no ostriches native to New Zealand. However, the extinct giant flightless bird, the moa. Hmm. Just take the T Rex to the local zoo buffet. Well, that's one way to keep costs down. You know what? You know what you could do to make sure that it's fed. You just gotta learn how to steal cows and draw crop circles in people's cornfields, so they think that aliens took them. We don't have ostriches, but we do have kiwi birds that are related to the ostrich. Oh yeah, I saw there was like a fun fact where I think the kiwi birds, their eggs are what, like half the size of their body? What are the police gonna do about it? I don't know. I think gun beats dinosaur. That's the thing I don't like about Jurassic Park. You know, they're like, oh, big scary dinosaur. You know what else is scary? Bullets. And you know, like put it this way, in ye olden times, taking down an elephant was seen as like this huge, what's it called? This huge feat, because if you know you kill like an elephant with like spears and stuff, it's like crazy hard. Those things are massive. But during what's it called? I think like the colonial times in the savannah, I think one of the ways they got like the land was they traded guns because they're like, hey, how many men does it take to kill one elephant? You know, they'd be like, oh, it takes like 15 of us. Meanwhile, the guy just pulls out a gun, shoots an elephant, dies instantly. They're like, here you go. So yeah, true. They would need like really large guns, but guns nonetheless. Not half, basically size of the body. They rearrange their organs, mostly an egg. Yeah, I think I saw like I think they're related to the ostriches, but when they shrunk down, their eggs did not. So safari rifles are against the Geneva suggestions. Grenade launchers it is. You know what? This is okay, hold on. Story time. I was playing Helldivers and I was against the bugs and I was like, you know what would be fun? A grenade launcher. So I grabbed one and I was like, die insect. I fired one straight at an insect, right? It bounced off of the bug straight back to me, instantly died. And since then, I hated grenade launchers. Fire projectile greater than 12.7 millimeters. Honestly, I don't think you need something that powerful. Because at the end of the day, right, you don't need to penetrate like their skull. I don't know, shoot them in the kidney. They'll die, probably. Honestly, if dinosaurs were like a thing, like Jurassic Park happened, I don't think it'll be like a major problem. Because like an animal that is massive and kills humans like on sight and is super deadly already exist. Hippos are like crazy dangerous, you know? I feel it'll be kind of like that. They will live in like their own wherever, like for example, Jurassic Island. So long as people don't go there, they're gonna be fine. Take sort of those rounds to take down a rhino. We might need them for the dinosaurs. But those are usually for people who want to like kill it in a single shot so they can get like trophies and stuff. If you don't mind just spraying it with like, I don't know, an AR-15 or something, it'll probably still die. They shrunk because New Zealand doesn't have predators. Basically, not until the British arrived. Fair enough. Try playing Earth Defense Force. What's that? I was sure. Sorry, that would just make. Wait. That would just make it made, but not sure about AP rounds. I don't know too much about guns. All I know is point and pull trigger. I just googled Earth Defense Force. You basically kill giant ants. It's a game like Helldivers, but in a more overpowered kind of way. Lots of explosions. Honestly, I don't. I don't like being overpowered in Helldivers. I think the stress of almost losing makes it fun. They're a bit complicated, just like the recoil. You know, I've never fired a gun before. I don't think I would ever want to own one, but going to a range could be fun. I have done archery. That was pretty cool. I like going solo, honestly. I don't like going with people. In Helldivers, honestly, yeah, I can understand. I get killed more by my squad mates than I get killed more by my squad mates than I do like the actual enemy. I'll be minding my own business. Someone throws in an orbital right where I'm standing. I can't even make it on. Right? I am sneaking, trying to flank the enemy. What do? They sprint straight towards me because I have like the stealth armor. I like working for my win rather than working a team. Honestly, do you know what I do? Because if you go solo, it's a bit tough to get all of the objectives on time. So usually what I do is I go in a squad. I just search random match. I show up. They all go left. I go right. I start taking out the stuff one by one on my own, while they take care of like the other ones. Maybe they go for the side ones. I go for the main. They go for the main. I go for the side ones. You know. And yeah, we just meet back up in the end when everything is done and extract. So it's kind of like solo, except that I have other people doing other objectives, so I don't have to worry about the timer. Not always, but it's fun. Yeah, true. There is like fun in, being super powerful and just destroying everyone. That does have its charm. However, I don't like it. I like the challenge. And honestly, I noticed in the recent Helldivers update, it like the hardest difficulty has gotten like significantly tougher, and I am loving it. Oh, there's three pieces. I thought it was four. Okay, we're almost done with the hair. A part of me wishes that you could turn off friendly fire in Helldivers, but I feel like it'll lose something. Sure, it's frustrating when your allies kill you, but I feel like if they can't, the how do you say this? The way you can exploit things will probably not be fun. So yeah, I can understand why they have friendly fire on. You know, it's a game I've been playing recently. It's called Half Sword. It's still a demo, but it's basically you're just some guy in a ring. You have medieval weapons, and you just swing your sword, kill the enemy. It's been pretty fun. It's one of those things that no plot, no story. You just show up, have sword, fight other peasants, call it a day. I considered playing it on stream, but I was like, this has a lot of gore. And yeah, I usually have my fill in like 20 minutes, so I don't think I'd even enjoy playing it long enough. Is the kind of thing I do like, oh, I want to kill like 15 minutes. I'll just play like a few rounds and then go do what I wanted to do, you know? What games have you guys been playing recently? I'm looking for suggestions. Arc Raiders was probably not your thing. What's Arc Raiders about? Bio Goddess and Killing Antidote. Hmm. I've seen like a lot of people playing Arc Raiders, but have no idea what it's about. Bio Goddess and Killing Antidote. Never heard of them. Quite a lot of gotcha, extraction shooter. That's it. Fair enough. Let me Google those games. Both of these games are like Resident Evil games, killing zombies. Oh. I don't know. Zombies give me the creeps. I feel like in. How would you say this? From all apocalyptic scenarios, nuclear apocalypse and zombies are like up there, you know? I'm just looking at screenshots of the gameplay. Hmm. But yeah, zombies give me the heebie-jeebies. I think I like the concept of like surviving. Like for example, if you're watching like a movie or a TV show, like seeing how they have survived the defenses they've built. I think like that's pretty cool. But the problem with those shows, it always devolves to, and the real monster was man. You know, to be honest, zombie apocalypse. If the disease was airborne, we're all screwed. But if it's only transferred through bites, I think it'll be devastating. Like it'll be horrible, but I don't think humanity will, go extinct. I don't think it'll ever get that bad. Because like put it this way, if you look at the movies, random guy with pitchfork or maybe baseball bat survives really well, but super trained military with state of the art equipment, or well, not state of the art. They have guns and lots of bullets, right? They are overwhelmed and always lose. I never got that. It's also so unrealistic, especially the fast zombies. Yeah, I really don't like that. Do you know why I don't like zombie movies, Ryan? Because a zombie essentially is just a sick human. Why is it in all of these movies and TV shows, Ryan? The zombies are super strong, super fast, super athletic, right? But they're missing like chunks of muscle. They're diseased, they're starved, but yet they are like Olympic level athletes. I really, really don't like that. They gotta be realistic. Those are the ones who are trained. Those who are trained also the ones who fight on the front line, so a generic person likely survive longer. You know what? Fair. But still, they have helicopters. They could have gotten away. But to be honest, zombie apocalypse, if it ever happens real life, the easiest way to survive is to hide, honestly. And I don't mean like hide under bed. Avoid civilization. They're zombies. They're living creatures. They will eventually starve. They will eventually die of dehydration, probably sooner, right? I know a lot of zombie movies kind of just ignore this. It'd be like, oh, this is a zombie that was locked in a cupboard for like 10 years, but it's still alive. How? Beats me. I really didn't like that. All living things consume energy, right? This is if the zombie was like a virus, right? If it's magical, then yeah, that makes sense. Why are they alive? Oh, it's magic. That skeleton can move, it has no muscles, you just say magic. But if it's like, oh, this is a virus, this is a bacteria, it is whatever you call it, it'll have to obey the laws of physics. And you know what happens, Ryan? And what happens when things don't eat? They run out of humans to munch on. They all shrivel up and die. So yeah, honestly, wait it out a month tops. Majority of them will die. You will have like the stragglers, which would turn like later on, but those will be like way less, and even they will like expire. But myself, Expedition 33, so I'll play that really soon. I get a new controller. Ah, okay. It does look like a fun game, but I think I would have liked it for the story, so that's what I did. But yeah, that is basically my zombie rant. As long as it doesn't transfer to cows, I would probably be okay. Hmm. Zombie cows. Why cows specifically? I think about it is voting game of the year, fun thing to do. I know a lot of streamers did the whole, I think it was the Streamers Awards or something. I think it was like the other day. Literally, I went on Twitch and all I see is every single person voting on like the Streamer Awards. Sorry, that doesn't answer the question. I don't think it's something that I would do. But I don't know. It's mostly just, oh, these were the games. I liked this one because of this. Oh, that was pretty good because of that. I live under a rock, so if I open something like that, like for example, if I was trying to do a stream like that, I'd open the thing and be like, okay, best streamer, and there'll be like 10 options, and I'd be like, I know none of these people. You know, they're probably famous and doing well. It's just I try not to be on the internet as much as possible. Which is a bit of a strange thing for someone who does art, streams on Twitch. But yeah, there are some cities in the state I live that have more cows than people. Honestly, zombie cows. I'd watch that movie. It'll probably be a really bad horror movie, but it'll be bad in like a good way. The kind that you will like watch and then finish and be like, wow, that was so terrible, and then you can laugh about it. I'd watch that movie. To see a zombie elephant. Ugh. That's gonna be terrible. Whatever barricade you put up, yeah, that thing will just come charging through. Julian. Picked up my child. Sorry, there was something on her head. I wonder what that was. Okay, bye-bye. Sorry, I got distracted. But yeah, zombie elephant, terrifying. I did see what is it? I think it was a game theory or film theory video that like best way to survive zombie apocalypse. I think one of the key features was you have to be far from civilization. So he's like, hey, the second best place to go would be like Canada. As for the best place, I'm not telling you guys because then all of you will flock there and then it'll kind of defeat the purpose. So on that list should be places that don't have elephants. Oh, hello. Welcome in, Raiders. Hi, hi. I am Ordikai. I am Purple Cat. I do art. I do rigging. That's a lie. We mostly just yap here. Hi, Daria. Welcome on in. Are you guys streaming? Playing We Were Here too. I don't think I've heard of that one. Hi, remember me? Been a while. Yeah, welcome back. Welcome on in, everyone. How was your stream? I was playing We Were Here too with... Ah, okay. Was it fun? Hold on, let me Google the game. Hmm. It sounds familiar. Oh, I don't think I've seen it. It's a nice co-op game. Oh, okay. Is it one of those ones like It Takes Two? Those kind of co-op games? This is very fun, but the game is quite buggy, sadly. Ah, okay. Puzzle co-op where you're each in a room. There's a game like that. What is it called? I forgot what it's called, but basically, I think you guys are in the same place, just in like different times. Like one's in the future, one's in the past. I don't know what that's called, but it reminds me of that one. Split Fiction. No, no, no. Split Fiction is you're both together. You're either in futuristic story or medieval story. This one is you're in a castle. Um, there's one which is castle in the present day and one castle in the past, I think. That's what I think when you were describing the game. Oh, right. For those who don't know, yeah, we're working on Goldie's model. We're mostly done. We have rigged the eyes, right? We have rigged the mouth, and we're doing the hair. After that, it's just making it look left and right, and it's pretty much done. Yeah. Good raid and run to walk the doggies, but that kind of game sounds amazing. If you remember the name, please tell me. I will. Hopefully next time I'll have it. Well, thanks for the raid and see you next time. Bye bye. Oh no, we were attempting to find each other, and the moment we did, one needs to sacrifice. Oh, I know this game. Is it that one where I think like at the end there's like someone is like floating on something, and then like only one person can stay on it, the other drowns? Oh, we have ads. Whoops. It's okay. We'll still be here. No, that's the Titanic. No, no, there was another game. There's all like at the end you're like working together, and then like at the end I think you guys get like I don't know if it's shipwrecked or something. You all fall in like water, and there's like one piece of floating debris that one person can climb on. If the other person tries to climb on, they have to push the other one off. So it's just a matter of do you keep pushing each other off until someone eventually dies, or does someone do the noble thing and allow themselves to drown? I'm going to be honest. I have never watched the Titanic. I'll give my plank to my wife. Oh, that's so cute. I don't have one, so I will be safe and sound. But we will tell stories of your noble sacrifice. But in a heartbeat, I think I'll just put my cats up there. That's the closest thing. I really hate ads. One day, that's not good. One day, we will take over Twitch and we will delete all ads. Hey, what did this break? But yeah, getting rid of ads would be my number one thing. But sure, I gotta go sleep. Been live for 8 hours and I need sleep. Well, thanks for stopping by and hope to see you again. And thanks again for the raid, both of you. So bye bye. Have a good night's rest. And thanks for the follow. Bye bye. What lovely people. Okay, this is getting on my nerves. Why does this break? You were the reason. Something's rigged during development. No, well, here sometimes what happens is the way the mesh works is it makes a circle like this, right? So you have a border and you have like an inside. What happens is sometimes you'll have like something like this, And then instead of connecting to here, it'll like connect directly in here. So you can't even do that. Like it doesn't allow you. But what happens is sometimes, like for example, if I move this here, it'll be like that. It'll be kind of like messed up. So yeah, I'm not really explaining well, but just know that I found the problem and hopefully it should be fixed now. Let's try that one more time. There we go. We would have been done with the hair by now if we didn't go off on the zombie tangent. See, that's why sometimes, like if I'm swamped with work, I cancel stream. Because you might be asking, oh, you do art on stream. Why would you need to cancel stream to do art? Why don't you just do it live? You know? You need to understand if I am streaming and doing art, I'm doing art at like 30% productivity, right? It's mostly yapping. But I think I've caught up. I'm no longer too far behind deadlines. Actually, it wasn't far, but I was a little closer to the deadlines than I would have liked. So I was like, I need to catch up on some work. So yeah, I do feel a little bad sometimes because I'm like, I really should how would you say this? I should take streaming a bit more seriously. But like at the end of the day, I'm sometimes forced to prioritize like other stuff above it, namely like commissions. So that's the unfortunate thing. Because like at the end of the day, streaming is hobby, commission is important job. So yeah, like if I have to choose between one, it's no choice at all. It is unfortunate, but like that's how it got to be. So Streetline doesn't work. It has supports next to it. Oh no, what happened was the lines. This one was connecting to something in the center instead of connecting to something on the outside. So it's supposed to connect to the things next to it, but this one had bugged and was connecting to something inside. So yeah, that's why. I wouldn't worry about it. A lot of artists are the kind who go, oh, if it comes to like hair, I manually mesh it so it comes like extra nice. But I'm like, it's a lot of extra work. If it's very simple, something like hair like this, yeah, automatic mesh, it's good enough. But only if it's like a very specific thing that has to be moved in a very specific way, maybe then I do the automatic one. Like for example, if you've ever seen the bat wings on some of these models, which one has wings? Yeah. You see these bat wings? Those are ones that I had to manually mesh so that they can fold properly. You know? But yeah, most of them, the automatic meshing is good enough. Okay, we're almost done with the hair. This is the last leg of the race. Truth be told, I was way faster doing this than I thought. I was worried because I was like, hmm, this thing may take a while. Like, for example, mascot models, I sometimes start them like a week before the deadline because they only take like a couple days, depending on the model and how complex it is. maybe a couple days, half a week. And sometimes if I'm in a super productive mood, I can just knock one out in a single day. The problem is with full body models, it's a little tougher to judge how long it takes. So like mascots, I'm better at judging like how long it'll take. But full body, I was like, this may take a while. Because before I used to take forever. Because, I was new, I was unskilled. So I was still thinking about like how long it'll take me to do it back then. But hey, when it comes to like improvements, I've not only improved quality, I've also improved speed. And I'm only realizing that now. So I was like, that's pretty good. Thank you. You know what this means? Gotta take in even more commissions. To be honest, the only thing that'll change is my queue just gets shorter. Okay, the hair seems done. Though this one, I think could be a bit closer to the side. A little bit more. So at least we see it. There we are. Okay, we're basically done with the hair. Now, the moment of truth. A lot of glue. Yeah. This is mostly just to see how it looks. I will have to delete it and do it again. Because we have the left and right physics, but we need to make it go up and down. Instead of doing it on both sides, I'll just do it on one again and just clone it. But this is just to see. Yeah, this one. So we don't need this. Oh, got one thing. Wait a minute. Something is visible that shouldn't be. How to make up and down movement on a hair? It's quite simple. Okay, actually, we did it the other day. No, actually, this is a while back. Someone had asked about it, and I literally just paused the stream, and I was like, okay, so this is how you do up and down physics, like hair physics. And I just showed them with like a single lock of hair. I'm like, okay, to make it go left and right, you do this, this, this. To make it go up and down, you do this, this, this. Takes you 5 minutes. Oh, that's what was here. I'm missing something. Yeah, pretend that hair is there. Sounds complex for 5 minutes. Yeah, it's a lot simpler than you would think, really. But yeah, see? Bouncy hair. I should flip the hair so it's moving the same direction. Yeah, this one's bouncing. Yeah, it'll be like mine where it swishes both left and right at the same time. But yeah, lots of good progress today. We'll be done with this. Should the hair all go in one direction? Yeah, they should. When I flipped it, I flipped the hair, but I didn't flip the physics. I was supposed to. Like, for example, if you look at mine, you see they all shake the same way, same direction. But this one, since it was flipped, he accidentally. I was supposed to flip the physics as well, or rather, shouldn't have. You go up and down, though it's correct. Oh yeah, but this one is kind of swishing sideways rather than up and down. Up and down. If you look at my model, it's actually like this. You see, it kind of like stretches. This one is just swishing sideways. It goes long, yeah. Well, I made it extra sensitive because I don't really look up and down, and I wanted to have a little bit of a bounce. So, like for example, if the hair bounces up and down, like at most I'll just be doing this. So you see, it like bounces visibly. But if I like overdo it and do like, it's almost like I'm wearing a rubber wig. Yeah. Oh, we also have to clone the ear. That stretch in a rock band. Yeah. Honestly, my hair started to get long. It's kind of looking like the way my models is. That kind of length, which is a bit like long for me. I should get it cut, but it's cold outside. I'm going to be honest. I like fall. I don't like winter. Okay, so we just got to do all of that next time. Okay. And yeah, resume to bed as you thought. It's actually not as bad as I thought. Like I was expecting frigid weather and miserable outside, but to be honest, I just wear a hoodie and I'm good. What's the hair at the back? Not that one. Placeholder. Here we are. Just give it a month or two. Yeah, I dread that. In fact, even today when I went to the grocery store, normally I buy like a couple things. Yeah, I don't usually stock up on groceries because I'm the kind who's like, I'll use it as an excuse to go for a walk. But then lately, I'm like, I don't want to go outside. So when I was at the store, I stocked up for like the week. Okay, there we are. Plus, no need to use the AC, save a lot of bills. What? We use the heater, which is as expensive, I think. So yeah. The thing about winter weather is I think heating is expensive. But fortunately, utilities is included in my bill, so I don't have to stress about that. To be honest, even the heaters here, I'd say are like a little bit it's a little bit too high. I would actually prefer it to be a little colder. Like I'm in a t-shirt and shorts right now. But I know that the heater is set a little higher because the rooms on the lower floor tend to be like a lot colder. I think I'm in like the warmest part of the house. So yeah, I know this because my housemate was telling me because the weather was, it was a bit chilly, but not too bad. But when my housemates was like freezing, they're like, "Oh, my room is like very cold. It's on the ground floor. I think it has like a chimney or something like that." So yeah, I know the ground floor gets like way colder. So yeah, honestly, if I was in charge and not considering anyone else, I would have made it a little colder. Kind of like an AC room. Right now, it feels kind of like room temperature, just like not really AC. But Goldie, you can imagine like room temperature on like a rainy day, like a cloudy day. So humidity gets really low with the heater on. I try to keep my house colder since I sit next to a space heater in my PC. Honestly, I would have thought like before I moved here, I would have thought maybe you're making a joke. It actually does keep the place warm. Like every time I stream, I feel like my room increases by like a few degrees. Oh, and if I wanna like really heat up the place, I just play Helldivers. The fan kicks in like a jet engine. The room warms up in no time. So yeah, humidity does get low. So for stream, like 15 minutes before, I just turn on my humidifier, get some moisture in the air. I need to set my max FPS in the summer and unlock it in the winter. Ah, yeah. In the summer, I actually had a problem where my PC would randomly shut off because it overheated. I don't know if you guys knew, but like summer here in the UK, I think like the last one was like crazy hot inside. That's the thing I don't like. Outside was nice and chilly, but inside the house is like it feels like an oven. Yeah, I didn't like that. That was yeah. But it's okay. It's past us now. I didn't like the summer, but I did like early fall. That was nice. I feel like it was nice and chilly, but I didn't need a jacket or sweater. But yeah, I'm experiencing the seasons for the first time. I'm a tropical cat from a tropical country. The only snow I would ever see was on the inside of a freezer at the grocery store. But yeah, I want to try something new with the ears where previously I would connect it to the eyes. Like if you open your eyes wide, the ears like perk up. So if you do that, it'll be like that ish. This could also use some adjusting. But yeah, so instead of connecting to the eyes, I want to try connecting it to the eyebrows. It'll give you better control of the facial features, but I don't know for sure. It's an experiment. And we have time, so we can play around with it. I knew this because I was watching a short on YouTube. I think it was Asaba, you know. So she has like very expressive model and the ears especially were like beautiful. And that's what it like occurred to me like, the ears go up and down, but the eyes remain normal, like open. So I was like, what parameter is this connected to? And then I noticed it was the eyebrows. I was like, I think it was the eyebrows. It could have been something else that was also moving with the eyebrows. I was like, I want to try this as an experiment and then see how it works. So yeah, it may or may not be too different from like the normal way that I rig it. Mm, Worst case scenario, there's no noticeable difference. So yeah, that's I thought about it. At most, it's just like it's the exact same thing. Just instead of controlling it with your eyes, like if your ears won't like close when you blink. Like look at mine. Like if I close my eyes, they go down. This one would basically be they only go down if I do that. They go up if I do that. You know. So yeah, I was like, this could be something worth experimenting with. It's nice having commissions. I get to use people as guinea pigs. I used to do that on like practice models, but then I just never had time. So what I did was I just had like an option on the commission sheet, and it was basically just as like, hey, do you want like free stuff? Almost everyone selects yes. There's some guinea pig exactly. Okay, but I'm a little tired, so we are gonna call it a day. Do we know someone who is live?